Hi there. I made a new thing here. Rigged up the TV. I don't know if it works. I think maybe the details don't stand out so much. So better perhaps in the future to go back just to using the camera or some such. But I wanted to try this. It's the 4th of October 2025 and we're looking at Volcano Amy, I suppose it's called. Uh, really, it's been Umberto that was sort of transposed over Atlantic, I should say, in a matter of hours almost, or at least less than a day. Here's what's left of it. But there was a straight track there, and you can see some remains of it there. That got it over here in really fast outside the Irish coast a couple of days ago. And yeah, um, yes, I am. I'm sort of. I'm grasping this myself that when I make these forecasts, I can with it will be beneficial if I just make the time frames a little longer, because it seems that the planetary connections, when the conditions are right, do last longer than what you would think. Maybe just the electrical connection maybe lasts just a couple of hours, but what happens and the reverberations of it sure are felt. I could go into some detail about why I think that is the case, but as it is, I'm still on this sort of iPhone with a limited memory, so I just want to get to the weather as I think it's going to pan out. What is it? It's high noon. Is that high of the day? 12:30. In the daytime, and it's nice outside. Mild winds. Thank God for the Norwegian mountains that discharges this storm big time. If it wasn't for Norwegian rock, this would have been much bigger, I think. You can see how the wind bands get look, it would have been all the way up there, so then you would have this super I don't know if we can call it a hurricane, or in Norway we call it orkan. So well, it's a big one, all the way down to France, Bretagne, the Baltic states. They are about to get, if we go up here in altitude or hectopascal, I think it has to do with oxygen content in the air, which when you get to higher altitude it gets thinner. And as a matter of fact, if I can get to it, I would like to get up on the mountain here and have a feel for the weather, which is coming in par for the course in the next, I would say, 3 to 4 hours. You can start to expect it, and if you're living out in Oslo, in the capital, it will be around 5 o'clock, and it's already very severe there. So, but there you can say more detail of how our mountain ranges sort of breaks the storm. Again, if you cannot see the details, I'm so sorry. No, we've got some satellite data. It spins also the entire sea coast. The entire sea is spun by this volcano. You can see it's pretty comprehensive, all in all. Big one. And I said in this initial forecast a couple of weeks ago that if things turned volcano or hurricane, it could get icy, and definitely has been tonight. Even as I live pretty far inland and kind of sheltered from the mountain winds. This one came out from the south, and yeah, we felt it. The doors were slamming, and I had just to batten down the hatches, as it were. So, but I've definitely been looking at the maps here and following it. Hey, we got some more rain coming, dense rains. But the good thing is that this is, I mean, you can not trust the energy companies, of course, but it's going to fill up our magazines, so we should have pretty, hopefully, good prices this winter. There's no reason why not, other than for profit. So, I'm not going to take that discussion here. What else? Temperature remains mild. Dew point, what have we got? 3.1 degrees. Relative humidity 96. There, we got it. Total precipitable water is how much water we got above us. So 30 in the Skagerraks, 30 liters. But we are out of the worst of it, I believe. I cannot imagine this weather will and last very much beyond what we got on the map. Let this kind of wind its way out. It's getting some reinforcements here, but I don't think. See, this is what we had passing through last night in the higher altitude air bands, which is what pushes it. Things pushes in from the outside. It's not. It's not your car, silly. It's not your car. Just had to get it out. We have to watch these bands. It's also fascinating because I'm not been using this app so comprehensively as I've done the past few weeks, and getting into depth of it. South Pole remains to have these two big. This one I think is more or less a permanent, but in less active times, I think they will fluctuate more. This one is just been hovering over Australasia the past few weeks. And I've counted up to 8 wind bands here. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. So that's indicative that our planet is pretty excited. And talking of which, if you got a good telescope and can watch Mars in detail, you should do that tonight if you're in a place where you can look at the stars, because it's having its closest rendezvous with Atlas. And in all that misinformation, blah blah blah, there's so much, but there's going to be a lot of weather on Mars today because it's interacting not only with the comet but also with Mercury. So kind of the same things we can see here on Earth. That's also just to dispel. There's not a whole lot of warm water in the North Sea, so the warm water is not the reason for hurricane formation. That the water warms up because of a hurricane is probably more would be the right way to think about these things. But maybe you have some politically correct things you have to think, so you get paid, so you don't get obvious. I don't know. So, well, these are the things then. I do think, but if it persists, okay. Active solar system. But what I want also to leave you with is that and this you can look at yourself. Out in November, the 20th. What we have to these past few weeks, I think we're gonna, at least for a 10-day time frame. I take it from the 20th until the end of the month. I would also go so far as to, even though I have my winter forecast ready, there's going to be a lot of snow. I said that already. I have a more comprehensive forecast ready, but I want to get this out of the way first, and when these storms simmer down, maybe in a week or a week and a half, I'll hopefully have a full forecast for the winter. As it is, I just want to, while we are drilling, we lost the kind of, I think I read up to 120 house stands were without electricity. Whole counties were locked off, and trees over the road, all the things that comes with heavy weather and wind. This winter, you're gonna have to do the same with a shovel and in snow. So just be aware of that. I'm very impressed with our crews that are out keeping everything running. They're busy. So okay, yeah, we are looking at the 20th November. We have the sun, we have Mercury, we have Earth, and we have Uranus way out there. So new moon is on the 20th as well. So if we wind ahead to the 22nd of November, I think you can see we are quite in line with Uranus, and the moon is out of the way, and Mercury, which also has excited the overall electric potential between the planets, set the stage for expect something of the same flavor that we had now, but also with I would say that would inaugurate the winter for real. I could almost bet you 100% that there's going to be a lot of snow coming in with this, or at least sizable volumes. But by the time we get to there, I guess I'll get more into this in the main winter forecast coming up then a week and a half. We shall see. You know how I do. So yeah, this is the weather as it is today. Right now, here you can see the North Sea. It's stirring up here. What is the wave height there? 9.43 meters. That's 4 stories. 3 stories at least. Say a prayer for the people out at sea in this weather. I mean, that's so, must be so rough. And people out flying. I saw some footage from, Dublin airport. The winds, the hard winds subsided, so it didn't look too rough. But I suppose out here in Trøndelag in Norway is still, you know, even if it's nice temperature, it's good weather to stay inside if you have some impediments. All right, yeah. With that, it's Saturday. I got some new records, so I guess I'll be spinning tonight. So I wish you a happy weekend too, and be safe, everybody. Cheers.